Hello class, my name is Abigail Jamison and I was assigned the Combination Job Analysis Method, also known as CJAM. CJAM was developed by Edward Levine in 1983. It is a hybrid method, meaning it was developed by combining aspects of other methods of analysis. Levine stated that in order to be broadly applicable and meet organizational needs and be defensible in court, job analysis must encompass both job attitudes and worker attributes. CJAM borrows from functional job analysis and TI-CODAP, both of which are task-based methods. It also borrows from the job element method, which tells us what human attributes are needed to perform job-related tasks well. It focuses on the tasks and KSAOs, knowledge, skills, abilities, and the O's, other characteristics necessary to perform the job. CJAM is primarily used for personnel selection and training, as it focuses heavily on the necessary requirements to perform a job well. CJAM is created by the analyst. The first step is to generate task statements. To begin the process, subject matter experts, SMEs, are gathered together. Brannick, Levine, and Morgeson recommend that SMEs be comprised of 5 to 7 experienced workers and 2 supervisors. They further recommend that SMEs be of different demographic background, men, women, differing ethnicities, etc., to ensure legal soundness and equal employment opportunity compliance. The SMEs are informed as to the nature of the job analysis and the purpose of the meeting, which is to generate tasks associated with the job. They are instructed to focus on the job as a whole, not on individual components of it. After being given examples, SMEs work for an hour generating tasks on their own. Then after a break, they are given the opportunity to review all tasks generated from all SMEs. SMEs are instructed to delete duplicates and add any that may have been missed. The group leader then compiles the lists, deletes duplicates, and generates a final list of approximately 30 to 100 tasks. These tasks can be organized by major duty or function, with the goal of generating a list of tasks numbered consecutively and organized into functional categories. The next step is to rate the tasks. SMEs are again utilized. They can be the same as the ones used to generate the task list or different. The SMEs are instructed to rate the tasks according to 2 scales, task difficulty and criticality or consequences of error. The jobs are rated on a Likert type scale, with 1 being the easiest and 7 being the hardest. Likewise, on the criticality scale, a 1 denotes that consequences of error are not at all important, while a 7 means consequences are extremely important. A task importance value is then calculated for each task by adding scores of difficulty and criticality. This number is computed for each rater for each SME, and the mean of all raters is used to compute task importance. The final product list is generated for each functional category, with tasks listed from most important to least. These task lists can be useful for selection and for construction of work sample tests, as tests for selection must be representative of actual work done on the job. KSAOs are then generated and rated. Again, 5 to 7 group members are utilized, who may or may not be the same as those who generated and/or rated the tasks. Trainers and supervisors can be more heavily utilized here as well. Again, there are 2 meetings to generate and rate the tasks, usually 1 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon. After the purpose of the meeting is declared, finalized copies of the tasks are given to all members of the group. The members confirm the lists are complete, and that the functional categories make sense. KSAOs are clarified if needed, and then the members are asked to generate a list of sensory and physical requirements needed to perform the job. Again, Brannick et al. Point out the need for discretion. We do not want to exclude those with disabilities from a job they may well be able to perform. Once done, members are asked to evaluate each functional category and assigned associated KSAOs, generating anywhere from 30 to 100 KSAOs. Once all are assigned, a break is taken. During the afternoon session, the KSAOs are rated by the group members. The group leader provides an example and then asks the members to rate each KSAO one at a time on their own. Each member rates each KSAO, then the forms are collected for the leader to evaluate. Yes, no answers are counted, and rating scales are averaged to produce their ratings. The 4 questions are on the screen. These are standard for all combination job analysis. Again, the main purpose of CJAM is personnel selection and training. Brannick et al. Note KSAOs are the more useful of the two for these purposes. In selection, each KSAO must meet 3 criteria. A clear majority of experts must have voted that a KSAO is necessary for newly hired workers. A clear majority must have voted that it is practical to expect it in the labor market. And lastly, the average rating of trouble likely, if this KSAO is ignored in selection, must have an average rating of at least 1.5. If a KSAO meets all of these requirements, the analyst will look at the Distinguished Superior from Average Workers scale. If it is above 1.5, the KSAO should be used in selection or screening to rank applicants from most qualified to least qualified. If it is under 1.5, the KSAO should be used as a pass-fail, such as the ability to read. Yes or no, pass-fail. The PowerPoint provides an example. KSAOs can be used in training as well. The only 2 scales used for training purposes are the Essential for New Workers scale and the Distinguished Superior from Average Workers scale. The Essential is listed as necessary on the screen. If the KSAO is not rated as essential by a clear majority, but has at least an average of 1.5 on the Distinguished Superior from Average Workers scale, it should be used in training. Those that are performing beneath the average can also benefit from training from identified KSAOs. Tasks play a lesser role than KSAOs, but can still be used in selection, especially in validating important aspects of job performance. On the PowerPoint is an example I found of a job analysis performed by the U.S. Department of Transportation, Federal Railroad Administration. They performed a combination job analysis on the position of passenger conductor. I have attached copies of a few of their scales, listing KSAOs, as well as a link to the whole analysis. It is pretty cool to see one all put together. It may also be beneficial for our final project to see a job analysis finalized. One of the advantages of CJAM is that the SMEs are most often experienced workers, managers, or supervisors and are well versed and knowledgeable about the tasks and KSAOs involved, although it is important to note that reliability is higher when petitioning groups over individuals. Another advantage is that it can be broadly applied across disciplines. The method can be used just as easily in a coffee shop as in a corporate office. It was difficult to find issues or disadvantages of the method. Spector, Brannick, and Couvert Note that one potential disadvantage of CJAM is that it may be too time-intensive to be practical. Another is that it is easier to evaluate concrete items rather than abstract concepts, so it is harder to obtain reliable ratings of KSAOs than tasks. In conclusion, the combination job analysis method was developed to combine aspects of task analysis and human attributes, or job attitudes and worker attributes. It is developed by the analyst and a group of subject matter experts. It is widely applicable to various occupations. Tasks, what is done on the job, as well as knowledge, skills, abilities, and other characteristics, how it is done, are analyzed and useful for personnel selection and training. It is a popular method, but one must be cognizant of the time involved. Overall, it provides a broad view of all that a job encompasses.